Hello everyone, we are here tonight at Bristol Motor Speedway for race number 10 of the 5 Points Racing League Turnkey Network Solutions Series. And right now 150 laps at Bristol, but first off, qualifying underway here tonight. As practice just wrapping up, Aaron Brown was quickest in practice there in the 30 minutes before, so 5 minutes of qualifying, 2 laps like usual. And whoever wins pole position will get a free paint scheme from Rev Limit Workshop, which has been sponsoring the pole award all season long. So right now, gonna be very quick qualifying here, only 2 laps like usual, so get right into it. So about 4.5 minutes left in qualifying. Malka Jake on the racetrack right now. We'll see what he can do on this first few laps. Top side, looks like Drake on the top side a little bit here. Gonna diamond it down off of turn 4, gonna cross the line. We're in the 14.929. Luke Peters goes 15.3, but Malka Jake top of the board now. Will Cloud top of the board. First time he's been in a race this season, rookie, the 00 machine. As Malka Jake across the line at 14.863, that puts him on pole position for now. Can Will Cloud improve there? He does not. Malka Jake stays on the top of the board for now with a 14.863. Luke Peters, one of the quicker drivers in the series, is he's not going to be able to get a second lap, so a terrible qualifying for Luke Peters there. 15.378. Is Eric Kirsten in pit lane right now? Yeah, he's got Dakota Hendrickson as well. Tyler Aspinall on his second lap right now. I believe he hit the wall this first time around, so a cross line there. Not going to count that lap, but this is his second lap. The one that counts. Off of turn 2 gets a bit loose, but looking good so far through 3 and 4. Almost at the outside wall, but has a good exit. Down the front straightaway he goes to 15.1. That puts him, I believe, in 6th. Actually 7th, just behind Nicholas Amon's 22 thousandths of a second. Eric here now on the racetrack. The current points to Aaron Brown still not on the racetrack. Yeah, he's on the racetrack now, but has not set a lap time yet. Eric Hewitt up to second, 1,000th of a second off Malachi Drake. Can he improve there? Oh, he's way too loose, out of shape off of turn 4. He stays in second for now. Super far goes up to 7th as Aaron Brown hit the outside wall in his first lap, so it's not going to count for him. We'll see. He was fastest in practice. Can he keep his lap time here? Stays 14.9. That puts him in 3rd for now. Can he find that 4 hundredths of a second? Try to beat Malka Jake for pole position. Off of turn 4 he goes. Gonna come across the line. He's gonna go pole position by a 10th over Malka Drake there. One lap for that 33 machine. Actually, it won't count. So, must have clipped the outside wall, but that was a very fast lap time if it did. Cody Webster, not a great qualifying for him, up in the 9th. As Douglas Newby, one of the better qualifiers in the series, currently second in the points. His 2 pole positions so far here tonight. Jordan Kuntz, who's won the pole the last 4 times, not in tonight's race. Douglas Newby coming off of turn 2, gets a bit loose there, almost clips the outside wall, might have actually. Off of turn 4 he goes. It's going to be 14.957. That puts him inside the top 7th place. I believe in 7th. Actually, a lap does not count. So must have to be outside wall barely there as he's got to come across the line this time by. Off of turn 4. And that puts him on pole position. That counts. And it will not. So lap time did not count. So 2 pole positions I thought we might have had there, but lap times just did not count. As Derek Stanley on his last lap here. Last driver to cross the line. He's not going to improve. So that puts Malachi Jake on pole position for the first time this season at Bristol. 1,000th of a second over Eric Keeter. Tonight's 150 lap race, and he'll win the Rev Limit Workshop Pole Award. He'll get a free paint scheme from Rev Limit Workshop. And as qualifying will officially wrap up in 20 seconds now. I was just waiting for the clock to tick the 0. As there it goes, checker flags in the air. Malcolm Jake will officially get the pole here at Bristol. Like I mentioned, his first pole of the season. Currently, he sits in 15th in the points on the outside, looking in for the chase. And with a few races left, only 3 races left, we got Bristol, Charlotte, and then Talladega. So it's really anyone's opportunity here. As Evan Drake ahead of him, Dakota Lee, Derek Stanley, Tyler Aspinall also ahead of him, Thomas Kuhn not in tonight's race, Jordan Kuntz, Jack Clemens not here tonight. I think Lucas Strayer not here tonight. No, Lucas Strayer is here tonight. So a few drivers not here tonight. Also a few drivers on the outside looking in. We'll see how it plays out for him, but we're going to take a quick break of these drivers, have the drivers meet in these next 5 minutes. And they're going to be graying up here shortly for the 150 laps here at Bristol. As we're back live here at Bristol, most bit of grading right now, currently taking other places. Going off right now for the Adria Esports Battle at Bristol. As we take a quick look at our starting order for tonight's race. Malkajek will be first, followed by Eric Keeter in second. The second row will be Aaron Brown in third, Will Cloud fourth. Lucas Strayer in fifth, Evan Drake in sixth. Dakota Hendrickson seventh, Luke LaFaro in eighth. Peter Webster 9th, Brian Perry in 10th. Nico Salmons in 11th, Tyler Aspinall in 12th. Dakota Lee 13th, Brett Murphy in 14th. Derek Stanley 15th, Luke Peters to the terrible qualifying in 16th, and rounding out our field here tonight, Douglas Numbigi and Zachary Thorin in the back of the field. As going green this time. Quick weather note, obviously on the lights here at Bristol. Pretty cool track temp of 74 degrees, 51 degree air temperature, 62% humidity, but it's 10:40 in sim time, 150 laps in total. And Malkajek will be on pole position for the first time this season. He's going to lead us to the green for the first time this season. As based off practice, it's a bit loose here on the newer tires, so could see some self spins maybe in this race as well. As we go green here, green flag is out, and away we go. Down the turn one, they go side by side. Eric here up top, Malkajek on the bottom, leader with a good run. Off of turn 2 as they're side by side, down to 3 and 4. Who will lead lap number 1? Looks like it's going to be Eric Keeter who gets the momentum off the top side. He'll clear Malkajek for that first place spot as Will Cloud up in third place. First race of the season for him. Just got back from school in Virginia. And he's looking to show what he's got here as he's up to second now early in this one on lap 3. A single file for now, getting the top 3-4 positions as Luke Farrell sells himself up in the 5th right now. As top 5 have single file. As we go through the rest of the field there, some double file action in the back there. That might be Douglas Numbigi. That 71 machine right there it is. He's made up a couple positions. He started in 17th. He's up to 9th place now. This move back. He also got Cody Webster, Evan Drake up top. Ooh, Lucas Ray gets a bit loose there. Douglas Numbigi have to take advantage of that one. As Numbigi to clear for 8th. This is moving up so nicely as Dakota Lee. Actually, Evan Drake almost got into Nico Salmons there off of turn 2. Still a double follow here is way away strike out Nico Salmons hard on the outside wall on the turn 1 and 2. He keeps it straight for now, as everyone else will have to avoid shortly. He's still on the outside wall, might have some wheel damage there. His right front. Malkajek getting around Will Cloud there. Luke Peters already up to 4th place. What a man on the mission right there. Already not even 10 laps into this one. He's already inside the top 3. All the way back from, I believe, 14th place. As he passes Will Cloud there for 3rd. As already 8 laps into this one. We'll see our biggest movers right now. Luke Peters and Douglas Numbigi. Peters up 13 spots. Make it 14. He's up to 2nd now as caution flag flies. Evan Drake around on the front straightaway off of turn 4 for the first time right here in lap 9. Quick look lap in there, spun around right beside Douglas Numbigi. We'll see what happened here as off of turn 4 looks like Drake just got loose and looped around. Make some minor contact with Numbigi, but nothing too major. As the first caution of the night will be on lap number 9. And I don't believe anyone will come down pit lane. But man, Luke Peters up 14 spots already from 16th to 2nd in a matter of 9 laps. Very impressive here on the track like Bristol. Not the easiest place to pass, but he's gotten it done here. Those last 9 laps. We'll see what he has for Eric Keeter, who has not won so far this season. He actually won the opener at Daytona, but he's winless since then. He's had some good performances. Last week he had a race on the Mouse at Pocono and ended up inside the top 5 spots. He ended up in 4th at Pocono last week on the Mouse. So now he's on the wheel now in 1st at Bristol. As I don't believe anyone coming out pit lane. Actually, a few coming out pit lane. Nicholas Samon's out of this one already. Evan Drake down pit lane. Brian Perry down pit lane. Cody Webster taking fuel only. There'll be a drive-through penalty for Evan Drake, causing that caution there. I believe we're going green this time by. Base truck lights should be going off once we cross the line here on lap 13. Here, Keeler going to choose the outside lane. I believe he might be shutting off his engine as well. Will Cloud get restarted in 4th place behind the race leader. Also Malkajek on the inside behind Luke Peters. We'll see how this outside lane works here on the restart. Worked pretty well for Will Cloud and also Eric Keeter. This pace truck pulls off on the pit lane, about to go into the Geico restart zone. Green flag is back in the air. Peters, not the best restart there, but Eric Keeter got cleared easily in the turn 1. As Peters also clears Will Cloud. Will Cloud also cleared Malachi Drake up to 3rd. Malachi Drake falls down to 4th place as Luke Farrell and Aaron Brown now on the outside. Got to try to take advantage of that one. Is almost 3 wide through 4th. Peters now side by side with Eric Keeter for the race lead. He's on the inside. Can he make the slider work? Yes, he will. He'll clear for the race lead. And Luke Peters out in front already in lap 16. Gonna try to run the inside lane, save his stuff. Save his stuff there. There's Evan Drake coming off the pit lane there, starting his drive-through penalty. Only gonna be a 1 lap down, so plenty of time to get that lap back. We're still very early on in this one. Most of the single file throughout most of the field. You got Lucas Sherrod, Dakota Lee side by side for 9th and 10. As Lee up top, Sherrod on the bottom, a little bit loose for that green machine there. As they're still side by side for 9. This is the only side by side battle on the racetrack. Everyone else single file forward now. Trying to save your tires and running out. As there is no stage caution at all, so if we go green, we'll go green for 130 laps in total from here on out. We'll have probably at least 1 pit stop here tonight for fuel. And Luke Peters has stretched out his lead to about half a second over Eric Keeter. And the top 2 have pulled away to about a second over Will Cloud. It's kind of a no man's land in 3rd. Down the back straightaway they go. Just how quickly these laps go by. Already on lap 22, and everyone just single file trying to ride it out and just try to stay out of trouble for now. As Zachary Thornton in the pit lane has about a couple minutes of optional damage, so he's got to repair that one. I believe he had contact with Nicholas Simons there, so he's going to try to repair that damage and get back out on the racetrack as long as he doesn't have any steering damage. But Douglas Newbigging, not the best qualifying result for him. He's up to 7th place, trying to work his way inside the top 5 for now. He's already on lap 25 here as Luke goes across the line. But Eric Keeter not letting him out of his sights too much. He's within a few car lengths of Luke Peters. We'll see these two battling out. They battled it out, I believe, at North Wilkesboro as well. Peters came out on top. So we'll see what happens here. You see how much Peter's struggling with that race car, just how loose it is on the bottom. And once these tires start to wear even more, it's just going to get even looser. So the inside goes Dakota Lee on Lucas Schreier once again for 9th place. We saw these guys battle a little bit earlier in this green flag run. Schreier so far has the advantage over Lee as there's a big gaggle of cars there around this 12th pace position. Brian Perry and Cody Webster. Got Dakota Hendrickson and Derek Stanley as well. As Evan Drake still one lap down from a drive-through penalty. He's hoping for a caution here in these next few laps and maybe get some tires and maybe work his way through the field. He's got just stuck as a lap car, can't really do much. Just kind of riding around, hoping for a caution. Which, I mean, a track like Bristol is not unlikely. I'm getting when the 130 laps green all the way would be very, very surprising to me. As soon as I say that, there goes Dakota Hendrickson to the inside, gets a bit loose off of turn 4. He keeps it straight for now. What is that? Pack of cars gaps each other. As once again to go lead to the inside of Lucas Schreier, not able to make it work. Cody Webster to the outside, Brian Perry, he's going to clear for 12th. The 83 machine up in the 12th place for now. He's going to try to chase down Brett Murphy up ahead. But Will Cloud under attack from Luke LaFaro and Aaron Brown for his top 3 spot. Brown really ripping the top side for now. He's going to look to the outside of LaFaro. And he clears that 54 machine. Now he's going to try to work his way around that 00 of Will Cloud. Will Cloud go up top this time. He's going to stay at the bottom, try to save his tires here. Brown to get run off for turn 2, not able to take the inside. He's going to stay up top for now, ripping the outside wall. It's a bit loose though. Will Cloud shut the doors on him. And I think Brown might hit the outside wall there off of 4, may have gotten a little damage. The inside goes to 33 up the racetrack. They both go. Will Cloud stays ahead for now. That 3rd place spot, not letting Brown get around him too easily. Will Cloud doing a great job in his first race back on iRacing around 2 months or so. And a track like Bristol and Xfinity car, not too easy to drive. Right now he's in 3rd place, ahead of our points leader, Aaron Brown. So very good run for him so far here tonight, 35 laps into this one. And the story of the race so far is Luke Peters all the way back from 16th to 1st, up 15 spots in total. But Eric Heater, mentioned before, qualified second, was only 1,000ths off of Malachi Drake for that pole position. He's still right behind Luke Peters, and these two are definitely the strongest drivers on the racetrack. We'll see how good they are in the longer run. We've been around 38 laps on these tires and fuel. So we'll see how these tires start to win. Also, lap traffic could definitely play a factor. Right now, Brian Perry, last car on the lead lap, entering turn 3 and 4 right now. Luke Peters exiting, so about a straightaway or so lead. A straightaway between Luke Peters and some lap traffic, so about 20 laps or so. Lap traffic definitely could play a factor in tonight's strategy and also race overall. The battle for 3rd still kind of heating up, but Will Cloud kind of pulled a little gap over Aaron Brown as Brown now struggling now as Luke Farr with Malachi Drake right on his back bumper. Douglas Newbegin catch up to his group of drivers as well. As everyone mostly just single files, you got a few drivers in the back. Side by side, Derek Stanley, Tyler Aspinall, a little contact there off of turn 4. Derek Stanley to the clear. Yes, he will off of turn 2. Crossover move for Tyler Aspinall. The inside line he goes. He's going to make it stick. No, you. Whoa, some contact. There goes Derek Stanley and Aspinall around. And that's going to bring up the second caution tonight on lap 42. Second caution of the night is Derek Stanley. We were looking at that live. I think Tyler Aspinall kind of came up into him there off the exit, trying to get around him, maybe a little frustrated there. Misjudged it barely. Got a little contact, clipped his left rear corner panel. Bam! Hard on the inside wall. Goes Stanley. That's going to end his race prematurely as everyone coming out of pit lane to get some fuel and tires. As Luke Peters, not the best pit stall for him. He's going to be way back there as Eric Heater got the second pit stall. Do the qualifying. And we'll see who comes off a pit lane first. Brian Perry going to stay out on the racetrack. It looks like 4 tires pretty much for everyone. So here comes Luke Peters down the pit lane. He'll clear easily. Ooh, Will Cloud might have got up to second there on the pit road exit. It looks like he did. Will Cloud up to second. If Brian Perry doesn't come down pit lane, but he does stay out for a lap lead at least. But it looks like he's coming down into his pit stall right now. So Tiger throwing back on the racetrack as well. He's going to be a couple laps down, 27 laps down for that 35 machine. But Luke Peters and Will Cloud 1-2 right now. As let's speak to our current race leader of that 50 machine of Luke Peters, starting all the way back there in 15th. Hello, Luke. You got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So right now you're currently leading. You started all the way back down there in, I believe, 16th or 15th, and you made up your positions pretty much in 10 laps there. Talk us through those first 10 laps and also how it has been leading so far tonight.
It was definitely very chaotic first several laps there. I wasn't planning on trying to get up there that quickly, but I did. But I definitely killed my tires a lot. Like if that run had went green all the way, I would have fallen back quite a bit. I had definitely worse tires than the guys behind me. So this is I'll take that caution, and it's a good reset to save my tires this time and try and finish this out.
Well, we'll let you go here. Good luck in the rest of the race.
Thanks.
As Luke Peters currently choosing the inside lane. Interesting strategy called there. As pace truck in the pit lane. Luke Peters on the inside. Will Cloud on the outside. Peters easily going to clear there. And side by side behind them, Eric Heater and Will Cloud. As Heater does clear Cloud for second. As Cloud falls back. Not the best race on the outside. He's going to clear Lafaro barely. Down off the exit of turn 4. Yes, he will. He clears for third. Here comes Aaron Brown up top. Going to try to make quick work with Will Cloud early on this one. And let's restart. As the inside lane he goes, as caution flag flies. Dakota Hendrickson slow off the turn number 2. As off the front bumper, I believe it'll Evan Drake. That looks like what happened. We'll see what exactly happened there. Looks like big time neck kill there. Wow. Not even close. I thought Hendrickson might have came down on Evan Drake, but not, I mean, there's nothing any of those drivers could have done there. Wow, that was pretty, almost a half a car length in between those two drivers. That is unfortunate for those two drivers as well as really Dakota Hendrickson, as he has some major rear end damage now at 25 machine. Eric here back up to second. But in the meantime, we're 1/3 through this race so far here tonight. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back for the green flag here at the Adrian Esports Battle at Bristol. guys back here lap at Bristol. Luke Peters once again choosing the bottom lane as Aircure now alongside him in second. We'll see how he does on this restart here. As right now we're about the middle portion of the race. The first third complete. Now in the second third of this one. As pace truck is off. And green flag is back in the air. Here's not with the best restart there, but still good enough to clear Aircure easily in the turn 1. As side-by-side Aircure will cloud off for turn 2. Almost in contact there in the entry. Turn 3. Will Cloud losing it on the inside. Slideways. He saves it though. There's a lot of track position there. There is contact in the back there. As Will Cloud down to 12th place now. From 3rd to 12th, we'll see if Will Cloud can make his way back up through the field, so has plenty of time to do so. Almost about 100 laps for him, but Peters out in front easily as Luke Farr moves himself up into 3rd as Aaron Brown stays in 4th. As Douglas Newbegin finds himself in the top 5 for the first time here tonight. Malachi Jakes, our Pulsar, still in 6th place. Behind him, Lucas Scherer side by side to the inside lane he goes, and Malachi Drake up the racetrack now as he stays ahead of Strayer. Some contact almost behind Dakota Lee. As contact around goes Dakota Lee in front of Brett Murphy. 360s it, and he keeps it going as green flag stays in the air. We'll take a quick look at that one. That was Dakota Lee there doing a 360. I think he just got loose there off of turn 2, and Brett Murphy was right there, and 360 for that third machine. He keeps it straight to fall himself down to 12th as Will Cloud in 10th now. Side by side ahead, Lucas Scherer and Evan Drake, Cody Webster there also in 9th. They look maybe 3 wide for that 7th place spot. Not going to make it happen as Evan Drake running the top side, going to try to clear straight off of turn 2 here. He will almost. Made some contact off of turn 2, not allowing him to clear. Off of turn 4, a little slow there. Car in front of me gets loose in the outside wall. He goes. He's going to run the outside wall. He's going to lose so much time now down to 9th place. 10th place now as Will Cloud moves up to 9th. Do that one's Cody Webster moves up to 7th as Lucas Scherer may be having some issues as well. So he falls down to 9th place behind Will Cloud. Malcolm Jake trying to get around Douglas Newbegin for 5th. As Jake to the outside. Newbegin around the inside line. We'll see if we can clear him off of turn 4. He has some good momentum there. It's not quite enough. He'll clear him there off of turn 2 though. Malcolm moves himself in the top 5 spot. And the top 5 pretty separated, a few car lengths in between everyone as Peters now has gapped Eric Keeter a half a car length there, or half a second, excuse me, over Eric Keeter. There's about a second back from those 2 drivers as well. So right now the top 2. But Luke Peters and Eric Keeter has been pretty much dominant here tonight so far. 65 laps into this one. Cody Webster around Douglas Newbegin there. Cody Webster on the outside wall is going to come down into Douglas Newbegin, but he does clear him though for 6th. Probably some unnecessary contact that needed to happen there, but obviously nothing intentional there for Cody Webster. But he moves himself up to 6th place, and Douglas Newbegin, they burnt up his tires a little bit too much there in these last 20 or so laps. We'll call it under attack from Lucas Scherer for 8. Scherer on the outside, trying to get a good run as he hits the outside wall for turn 2. Ziggy Zagerthorn trying to get his laps back as well. Obviously 25 laps down, not going to get a lot of them back, but if you can maybe pick off who drivers that are out of the session like Brian Perry and Evan Drake, maybe pick up a few points as well. But in the meantime, we do a little aileron and crank it up here on lap 71 with 80 laps to go here at Bristol. Bike Live here at Bristol. Webster being knocked back around Cody Webster there for 6th place. That 71 machine, he's up inside the top 6 now. He's side by side behind them. And that's Will Cloud and Zachary Dorn. Zach still 25 laps down, but right now Luke Pierce still out in front as they have gotten up to some lap traffic as well. So we battle through that lap traffic of Tyler Aspinall. Currently right now 11 cars on the lead lap, and I believe these drivers will still have to make at least one pit stop here, possibly for fuel. They have to go around 107 laps on fuel, which I don't believe they can. Don't 100% have a fuel number right now. Webster and Lucas Scherr side by side for 7th and 8th. Grayer gets up to 7th as Webster falls down to 8th. And now everyone just kind of single file for now, kind of just riding around, saving their tires, maybe saving some fuel as well. We went on board with some drivers as well. Doesn't look like anyone's turning off their engines, so it's not that close on fuel. Which only 11 cars only lap right now. Because Olivia's right now 11th, one of the drivers involved in the incident which was not a caution. He did a 360 off the front bumper of Brett Murphy. About a straightaway ahead of Luke Pierce and a straightaway of being lapped. we'll see if Eric Peter can maybe close the gap down. But Luke Peters, he has been closing it just a little bit these last few laps. About a tenth that time. And we got down to under 4/10. We'll see what he can do here in his next 20 or so laps. He's going to be really close down the gap. Brown's really closing the gap on Luke Lafaro as well for that third place spot. We'll see what he can do here. Maybe Aaron Brown can sneak himself into the top 3 spot here tonight. Extend his points lead over Douglas Newbiggie. As Luke Peters, who currently sits in 3rd in the points. Having a really good points tonight right now, currently leading. There's the gap between Lafaro and Brown. Around 3/10 there. You can see about 3 or 4 car lengths in between those two drivers on this half-mile racetrack. With 54 to go, it'll be really interesting to see if these drivers can make it on fuel. As Luke Peters have really opened up the gap to Eric here now. It's got now to 6/10. As Peters has pulled away a little bit as Dakota Lee. Oh, hard hitting the outside wall for Dakota Lee in front of Dakota Hendrickson. And that's going to bring out the 4th caution tonight right in front of our race leaders. As hard hit into the outside wall for Dakota Lee. I think he was maybe overcorrected there. With 52 laps to go, this changes up everything as everyone's going to come out pit lane and top it off on fuel and take 4 new tires. Yeah, it just looks like Dakota Lee maybe just got loose there. Overcorrected hard as Brett Murphy closes the door on him and Dakota Lee could not save it. And hard hit the outside wall right in front of Dakota Hendrickson as well. And Luke Peters having to avoid that one quickly. John Boy, Luke Peters there. Actually on the wall as well, but down pit lane they go. Will be the first one off the pit lane. Eric Peter has the stall ahead. As earlier, Peters was easily able to get by. And there goes Lafaro's far off the pit lane, and it's gonna be a lot closer as Brown gets Lafaro off the pit lane. So Aaron Brown goes up to 3rd, and Luke Lafaro drops down to 4th. Malcolm Drake is in 5th. That's your top 5 spot for now. As actually penalty for Luke Peters and Eric Keeter, as Aaron Brown will now take the race lead due to, I believe, speeding penalties for those 2 drivers. Wow. So the 2 dominant drivers of the night speeding on pit lane. We'll speak to our race leader of Aaron Brown right now. Is that how that changes everything for him? Aaron, you got a copy?
Yes, I do.
So currently you are the leader right now after Luke Peters and Eric Hughes speeding penalties on pit lane with 50 laps to go. What's your strategy for this rest of the race?
Trying to stay in front. It's all track position. I tried to take my tires. I mean, we're all pretty much even at that, and they moved to the top and they pulled away. So at the very end of that run, so I think it's all track position. So we'll see how this goes. We're gonna try and do the best to hold. Hopefully, get caught up a little bit of traffic in the back there. We're trying to hold off Lafaro. We're on the top where we need to, but hopefully try to hold off for another 40 more laps and hopefully get the win.
Well, good luck in the rest of your race, and we'll maybe speak to you later.
Hopefully. Thank you.
That was Aaron Brown, currently our points leader and currently our race leader right now. We'll see what he can do here as very, very big news there for Luke Peters and Eric Keeter. Not what you want to have happen. in the last 1/3 of this race with 50 laps to go. You don't have as much time as you probably want, but we saw Peters, he was able to make his way through the field pretty easily in the first 10 laps. We'll see if he can do it once more again, as Aaron Brown not with a race restart there, but I got clear LaFaro into turn 1. And LaFaro gonna stay up top. He stays in seconds. Douglas Umbigging up at 3rd place now. Some contact in the back. Breck Murphy very slow there. As Will Cloud now up to 5th. Gonna go 3 wide. Lucas Strayer, Malcolm Jake in the middle. Strayer a bit loose as here comes Cloud to the inside as Peters and Heater stuck now 3 wide. Strayer really loose through turn 1 and 2. As Peters now up to 6th, maybe up to 5th here shortly. A little contact there, Malachi Jake. Luke Peters on the outside wall barely, but he keeps it straight for now. He might have some right front damage. He's still losing it. He's not able to control that race car quite just yet, as Heater sneaks by for him up to 5th. So here comes Luke Farrow to the inside of Aaron Brown for that first place spot. And the race lead, LaFaro, who won last week as caution flag flies. Cody Webster slow in around. Team with Tyler Ospinall as well. Webster side by side with Lucas Strayer. Strayer just got to his left rear and around he goes, and Aspinall also spun out as well. The 2 separate incidents there. Not sure what triggered the yellow flag. Aspinall kind of just hit the wall hard and self-spun himself there, but caution flag flies. As LaFaro was almost able to get around Aaron Brown there. Your first place spot, remember you won last week at Pocono in kind of chaotic green white checkered fashion. Could we see a similar story here tonight? As so far we've only had 5 cautions here tonight, but cautions, 3 cautions here, especially late in the race. So 40 laps to go here at Bristol. We're gonna take a quick break and we'll be right back here at Bristol. There's back live here at Bristol, about to go back green. Aaron Brown choosing the outside lane here on this restart with 48 laps to go. As green flag is out, and side by side in the turn 1, LaFaro on the inside, Brown up top. As Brown clears down the back straightaway as Will Cloud up to 3rd place. Can he maybe make a late race move here as he's going to the outside for 2nd on Luke LaFaro? As there is Luke Peters up to 4th place as well. And Eric here not too far behind him as Will Cloud up to 2nd. LaFaro and Peters side by side in 3-4. Fargo pinch Peters down the racetrack they go. He stays single file for now here with 38 to go. Now Peters to the inside, Luke LaFaro looking for a slide job move, not able to do so. As LaFaro got to the outside, Will Cloud, and he's going to get up to 2nd now. as they battle behind Aaron Brown as Peters now to the outside. Will Cloud. Will Cloud down from second to fourth now. As Sabas have the race lead as LaFaro shuts the door on Luke Peters now. Down the front straightaway. Some side-by-side action also behind Will Cloud and Eric Keeter. Keeter get almost clear. Will Cloud gets a bit loose off turn 4. But Eric Keeter up to fourth place as Luke Farrow side-by-side with Aaron Brown. Brown still staying ahead for now, trying to just defend as much as he can for his next 35 laps. Now Luke Peters up to second on the back bumper of Aaron Brown. How aggressive will that 33 machine be? Stay ahead of Luke Peters. As door-to-door into turn 3 and 4. It's going to stay side-by-side off the exit. Brown stays ahead for now. It's really just a game of don't let Luke Peters get to you outside. Because, I mean, really, the inside lane, not the best passing opportunity here at a track like Bristol. So here comes Eric Peters to the inside of Luke Lafaro. It's going to be a 4-car battle for the race lead here with 32 to go. 2 by 2. As Heater clears Lafaro with a slide job move. Lafaro with a crossover in the turn 1. Not able to make it stick as Heater's still on the outside. Lafaro with another side job move with Lafaro on the outside wall. It's got out here easily. Probably get by. Not quite though. As Lafaro stays ahead for now. So Aaron Brown and Luke Peters now pulling away as Heater with a big side job move. With third, these drivers continue to battle for third. As battle race lead ramps on. Peters almost clear Brown. Off of turn 4, they got a little bit of contact there coming across the line. Peters leads that lap barely. He's going to clear Brown there, but crossover move off of turn 2. But contact to Brown. Around goes there, Brown. Hard on the inside wall. The yellow flag flies there. Not quite, but there's no yellow for that one. As Peters stays ahead in the race lead, Eric Keeter in second. So Aaron Brown still stuck on the inside. No caution out yet. Lone injured for that 33 machine. It looks like just hit the outside wall in the wrong spot. So currently our points leader has just hit Luke Peters in the wrong spot, and that's him spinning there. But he's going to be asked to reset. Right now, Luke Peters and Eric are going to do battle here. The top 2 drivers all race long. They duke it out here in these last 26 laps to go. Right now, 9 drivers back on the lap. Clear up so the last one. So I don't think lap traffic should play a factor in the rest of this one with 24 to go. It's going to be Eric Keeter and Luke Peters going to duke it out. Those top spots here at Bristol. If we're a little bit too far back, Will Cloud going to try and maintain 4th place with Douglas being right behind him as well. We'll see what Will Cloud can do. His first race here in the 5 points racing league. Will Cloud down to 7th place now as he must have made a mistake there. Take a quick look at what happened there. As him and Douglas Newbigin made contact off of turn 2. Will Cloud just couldn't save it enough, and then the outside wall he goes from 4th place down to 7th. And now Newbigin up to 4th and Malkovich up to 5th. Has 19 laps to go. Eric Keeter and Luke Peters. And a few crawling to each other. It's going to be hard for Hughes to maybe make a charge here late. Unless he saves his tires just enough. As there he goes to the inside. Not able to make anything happen really. We'll see if he can make a move on the inside. Haven't really seen a lot of drivers be able to do that unless they have a huge run off one of the exits of the corners. But Peters defending the outside lane very well so far here tonight. We'll see if he can do anything about it. Laps can be taken off really quick here with 15 laps to go now. So the back bumper goes Eric Keeter on Luke Peters. Here's on the outside wall, he got a bit tight. And here comes Keeter to the inside, side by side for the race lead. And Keeter not going to clear quite yet, but Peters on the outside wall once again allows Eric Keeter to have momentum. He's going to clear off the back straightaway and into turn 3 and 4. Can he hang on for the next 11 laps, or can Luke Peters have something to say about this one? 11 laps to go here at Bristol. Now Eric Keeter pulling away from Luke Peters in seconds. Douglas Newman getting up to Luke Lafaro in third. Late in this one as well with 9 to go this time by. Everything newbie into the inside. Lafaro not able to make it work in 3 and 4. Now to the inside 1 and 2. Can he clear? Not quite. Luke Lafaro stays ahead on the outside for now. And the 6 laps to go here at Bristol. And Lafaro hanging on for a top 3 spots here. Last Great Coliseum. Still side by side over turn 2. Little contact there on the back. Azumi really sitting in 3 and 4, watch for the crossover maneuver from Luke Lafaro. Not able to get it done. As Lafaro stays in 4th. Back out in front, Eric Keeter navigating through some lap traffic as well. Luke Peters also got to navigate through this lap traffic. He's going to get held up there. Contact there, Brett Murphy. Not pretty much guaranteed Eric Keeter. As long as there's no caution here with 3.5 laps to go. Peter is smooth sailing as long as he doesn't make a mistake with the 1 second gap over Luke Peters, as Luke Peters not under attack from Doug Newbegin. I think Peters burnt up his tires there. Azumi sideways through 1 and 2. And here comes Lafaro with a good run. Out to the inside lane he goes. Got a slide job it in there with 3 and 4. Not able to make it work. Now it's coming to 2 laps to go. Eric Peter with a 1 second lead over seconds. About to take the white flag this time by. As Eric Keeter does take the white flag, but side by side for second behind him. He is up top, Newbie on the bottom. Peach with a good run off for turn 2. And Newbie just gonna set sail. He's gonna settle for 3rd. But Eric Keeter off for turn 4, gonna win here tonight at Bristol. Pick up his first win since Daytona in the season opener. Luke Peters finished in 2nd. Douglas Newbegin in 3rd. And that's going to really shake the points with Aaron Brown crashing out tonight. And Douglas Newbegin finishing in 3rd and Luke Peters finishing 2nd. Brown recovers for 12th. So going into the final 2 races here in this season, next week at Charlotte and then Talladega, the finale. That definitely will shake up the points and definitely could shake up the chase as well. Come down to the home stretch. As they're going to burn down, go to victory lane here. Is actually maybe not. Yes, to find the right spot for the victory lane. Might be a little rusty since he hasn't won since Daytona. There he goes, finds himself in the victory lane there. As we'll take a quick look at our results here for tonight's race. As Eric here will be your race winner, Luke Pierce in second, Doug Subigane in third, Luke Lafaro in fourth, Malachi Drake fifth, Lucas Scher sixth, Cody Webster seventh, Will Cloud in eighth, Brett Murphy ninth, and Tyler Aspinall in 10th. Secretary in 11th, Aaron Brown 12th, Dakota Lee 13th, Dakota Hendrickson 14th, Evan Drake 15th, Brian Perry 16th, Eric Stanley 17th, Nicholas Ammons in 18th. As we'll bring in our race winner of Eric here. As what a performance from him there. Picking up the win here at Bristol. Oh, Eric, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
So you get the win here tonight at Bristol, duking out with Luke Peters in the last 15 laps or so. Talk us through that last run.
Oh, I mean, that was crazy, just battling it out, pushing as hard as possible. That was a ton of fun, the car just sliding around. You could tell that both of us were pushing very hard there because neither of us had much grip. But I was just, trying to save a little bit of tire behind him. You would see me, I would, only run the top every, few corners just so that I could cool the tires down running the bottom and then just try to maintain that gap to him. And there was a moment there where I was like, yeah, it's time to go. So I just ran the top, went up behind him and put the pressure on. And it was a very fun battle to end it out there. And I kind of had to go through the field there since Peters and I made quite a big error on the pit entry, getting penalties. Not speeding or anything, just unsafe. So I guess we have to look back at how pit road entry works here, but I'm very happy nonetheless.
Yeah, it took you a little bit to find victory lane. Obviously, haven't won since the opener at Daytona. Talk us through that one as well as going. You had a lot of good runs, just could not find victory lane in those last 8 races.
Yeah, I think it's been a bit unfortunate. I think I've had some good speed at certain tracks, been in contention, just involved in too many incidents, which, obviously I had to clean up in these past couple of weeks. I think have been a lot better for me in terms of that. Just gotta, stay away from situations that put me into a bad spot like that. I think at Rockingham, I was a great example. Like, I did not need to be in that position. I just messed up a restart, and that put me back a little bit further than I probably should have been. And just making mistakes from there caused a bit of a wreck, and that was it. So I think I've learned from my mistakes there, and I think we should have a good rest of the season, and looking forward to the playoffs and looking for a championship against Peters and everyone else here.
Oh yeah, congrats on your win at Bristol. Anyone thank for tonight's win?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all my teammates at ABOC. We have a very nice new logo, so look forward to that next week. We're going to have some nice cars running that beautiful logo. And yeah, just Luke Peters, Zachary Thornton, Luke LaFar, all those guys, they do a great job. And of course, I have to give a big shout out to Will Cloud making his return. Didn't turn out too well, but he was definitely running really well early, so you can tell he's not washed.
Yeah, you picked up the win here tonight at Bristol. We'll see you next week at Charlotte.
Yeah, you'll see them.
As we'll bring in our second place finisher of Luke Peters. Almost got the win here tonight. Also dominated as well with Eric Keeter. Oh, Luke, you got a copy?
Yeah, you got some.
So you pick up second here tonight with a great battle with Eric Keeter. Talk us through those last 20 laps and maybe what you could have done differently there.
Yeah, I think definitely some things I could have done differently. I shouldn't have been back there in the first place. Me and him shouldn't have. I think the last time we pit, we both got unsafe pit entrances, which should not be happening. So that was pretty bad by both of us. So then we had to make it back to the field and definitely burn my stuff up doing that. And then, yeah, I think just honestly burned my stuff up too much early in the run, and then contact with Aaron gave me some damage. I don't know how much that really affected it. And then I could definitely tell he was faster than me. Peter was faster than me for quite a while. He was all over me, and then eventually I made a mistake, got up in the marbles, and had to get out of the throttle. So I hit the wall, and then he was able to get by, and I just didn't have anything left to get back after him. But yeah, I'm glad to see he was the one to win. I'll take a P2. I think we were definitely the fastest in the whole night, and had a lot of great battles too. So
yeah, you pretty much summed it up really good there. You two pretty much cost the field tonight. Anyone to thank for tonight's second place run?
yeah, I'd like to thank everyone at ABLC Motorsports. Eric Heater, Luke LaFaro, Zachary Thornton, and Will Cloud making his return. Didn't wreck anyone tonight, I don't think, so that's a positive for him.
Yeah, definitely, and we'll see you next week at Charlotte.
Yep.
That was Luke Pierce finishing up in second. We'll talk to third place finisher Douglas Newbegin. Finished just behind those two drivers. Hello, Douglas, you got a copy?
Hello, yeah, I gotcha.
So you round yourself off in the third place. Almost got second there at the end. Anything you could have done differently to maybe move yourself up one spot up to that P2 position?
Yeah, it was called not doing that slide job thing. I tried throwing a slide job on him with as soon as I caught up to him, because I thought if I maybe got around him in time, I can maybe catch up the heater. But yeah, I just super destroyed based on my rear tires. Any life they had by doing that slide job didn't work, and I was just kind of along for the ride there. So I definitely could have been just a little more calmer. Took an extra corner, just set the pass up, and I would have got him. But heat of the moment, it's Bristol, it happens. So yeah, it was still good. So, still happy with it.
Yeah, you worked your way through the field. I think you started in, I don't know exactly what place. We started, I think maybe 17th, possibly.
Yeah, close to that. I messed up my qualifying, so I was in the back.
So just working your way through the field. Talk us through that. Also, all these 150 laps, finishing up in third.
Yeah, it kind of was, I know me and Peters, we kind of started back there, so we just kind of worked ourselves up through the field. He did a lot faster than me. I took a little bit longer, but Yeah, once we kind of got out of, you know, the danger zone back there, got back in like the top 7, I kind of floated around there the whole race, just saving my tires. And every single time those cautions came out, that was when I was catching back up to the field. I was like a tenth faster on the end of those runs than everybody else, and just, you know, the way the cautions felt didn't really work out for me, but still, yeah, just kind of that long run there at the end there. Everyone kind of killed their stuff, so that gave me an opportunity just to save a little bit. And I was like almost a tenth or 2 tenths faster at the end there, just kind of messed up a little bit. And also me with Will Cloud kind of got into him a little there when he got loose, so that kind of threw me back a little bit. But still, I mean, definitely could have been a lot worse, you know, so we'll take third.
Yeah, so a great result there for third place, and also a good job for your regular season championship as well. Going in next week at Charlotte. Anyone like to thank for tonight's third place run?
Yeah, shout out Lucky Ducks, King's College, Beyond Enterprises, Brett, shout out to Brett for racing tonight. Brave Soldier, so you got, where did he get even? I think he got top 10, didn't he? Yeah, 9th place, look at that, that's pretty good. Rest in peace, Derek, he kind of died early on, hate to see that. We had Luke Strayer with us tonight, so he was pretty cool to, always good to, you know, have him run it with us. And yeah, shout out to Simrat Market too. They give us the base for the scheme I got, and if you like that, you can go to Simrat Market and get your own. So yeah, and then also shout out to you too. I love watching the replays of the races, so always good to have you back every week and be able to watch them back. So thank you very much.
Thank you, and congrats on your second or third place finish here tonight at Bristol. We'll see you next week at Charlotte.
Thank you very much. I'll hopefully be back in here soon. So see ya.
That was Douglas Simby rounding out our third place spots. And the next broadcast we have is Wednesday night for the Superstar Art Cup All-Star Race at Knoxville Dirt Track. You got Thursday night the end of the Spirit Cup Series at Indianapolis. And NAOR Cup Series Friday night at Las Vegas. And then 5 Points Racing League next week at Charlotte on Monday night. And then the Stampede Racing League will be on June 8th at Iowa. So that's about 2.5-3 weeks away there for those SRL drivers. So we will see you guys next time.